All right, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning and welcome to the Harcourt's Holmwood auction room. My name's Kyle Siebert. I'm one of three auctioneers working with you today, and my colleagues are Daniel Pengelly, Bridget Andrews, and we look forward to working with you today. The very first thing we do on a Wednesday morning is to thank and acknowledge our property owners. That's normally the case, but today, just quickly, the first thing I'd like to do is to acknowledge a very special birthday. I think it's good for the soul to sing happy birthday to a complete stranger, folks. So, just to get the vocal cords warmed up, let's sing happy birthday to our Managing Director, Tony Jenkins. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Tony. Happy birthday to you. Thank you very much. All right, hope that got you warmed up for the bidding, bidders and buyers. Now, our lovely real estate owners who are here with us today, we certainly appreciate and respect the fact that you have choice. When it comes time to list your property, we're delighted that you've listed or chosen to list with Holmwood, and we wish you the very best with your endeavours here today. To the purchasers in the room, we extend a similar sentiment. You know, this is a great place to buy real estate. It is cash, it is transparent, and most importantly, it is unconditional. And I say that's important because, of course, if we don't sell property here in the auction room, we pass property in. And you do lose that exclusivity of opportunity. We then offer the property to the wider market, and that includes those buyers who are in conditional situations. My colleagues will confirm that competing with conditional interest is never ideal, so we would encourage you in your bidding. Now, the team is here ready to work with you in that endeavour. This is Jason Wills. Oh gosh, it took me a moment. He is our operations manager taking notes of your bidding here today. A very helpful person, friendly person. If you need any assistance with your bidding or questions about paperwork, please sing out to Jason. Hayden Broadbelt, Fendleton branch manager, business owner, auction floor manager today. He can offer you the same assistance this morning should you need it. This is our CEO, Kyle Sutherland. I've introduced you to our managing director, Tony Jenkins. And these gentlemen, if you need anything, please do sing out to them. Now, in just a short moment, we're going to offer you an excellent catalogue of real estate. In the case of each property, the selling agent or listing agent will have furnished you with the necessary documentation, and that includes the auction contract buyers. On the front page of that contract, you will see there is a conduct of auction. Those are the rules by which we operate here in the auction room. They're very straightforward and easy to understand, but I know some of you will be here for the very first time. We want it to be abundantly clear how we operate here, so we'll go through the conduct briefly now. In the case of each property, the vendor has provided us with a confidential reserve price. Subject to that reserve price being reached or breached, the highest bidder, whose bid we accept, will be the lucky new owner. If the bidding doesn't quite reach that reserve price, ladies and gentlemen, that's not the end of the auction here at Holmwood. We pause the auction, we move into one of our meeting rooms with the highest bidder, and we offer that person the opportunity to purchase the property. Now, this is really crucial. On the odd occasion, during that discussion outside of the room, our sellers may say to us, look, Kyle or Bridget or Dan, we're happy with this negotiated price. We'd like to withdraw the property from the auction room without disclosing our reserve price. That is a vendor's prerogative under clause 2.6, but when they exercise that prerogative, it can be quite disappointing for buyers who remain here in the auction room with interest. So our advice to you, to ensure you avoid that disappointment, is make sure you hold the highest bid at all times. Now, as auctioneers, we can nominate the increments by which the bidding is raised. We can refuse bids if we feel they're not in the best interest of our owners. If there's a disputed bid, we'll simply go back to the last undisputed bid. And if any of our licensed colleagues are in the room bidding on behalf of buyers, we will point those people out to you. Now, you might hear the phrase vendor bid today. Ladies and gentlemen, a vendor bid is a bid placed by the auctioneer on behalf of the property owner. It's always well below the reserve price, and it's always clearly identified to you as a vendor bid, so you can bid against a vendor bid with confidence. We simply use them to keep things ticking along in the early stages of the auction. Finally, if you are that lucky last bidder, you have a couple of obligations. Of course, you pay your deposit, 10% of the purchase price, and you sign the contract. When you sign that contract, you are acknowledging that you've received a copy of the approved REA guide. Now, that's most of the admin out of the way. Those are the rules that apply to all auctions today, except for our number one lot. It is an auction brought forward. In other words, our vendor has received an offer in advance of the scheduled date. They've deemed that offer acceptable in all respects, and the property will be sold to that purchaser at that price unless there is further bidding. So you still have every opportunity to make this lovely home your own. It is number 8B Witchwood Crescent in Bishopdale, brought to the market by lovely Alex Little from our St Albans office. I will not be placing vendor bids on this at this auction, folks. I can still reject bids or nominate increments, but I'm unlikely to get in your way too much. Rather, that acceptable figure, which we'll announce to you in just a moment, that effectively becomes the reserve. We'll announce it, and then that will be on the market. The property will be sold once again unless there is further bidding. So those are the rules for this brought forward auction. Now the property, look, it's a phenomenal new build. It has been built, coordinated by a wonderful property proficient person, really has great attention to detail. There are no cut corners. I just find this floor plan, Alex, really special. It's a very clever use of space. Nothing feels pokey. You've got the additional, the bonus of a study area, lovely scullery, butler's pantry, whatever you want to call it, lovely a kitchen, super sunny, indoor-outdoor flow, a private courtyard area with that beautiful decking. I can just imagine lounging there, as I'm sure you were tempted to do during your open homes, Alex. It's a fabulous sunny spot, and we know the benefits of this location. Of course, you are just a hop, skip and a jump to all of the wonderful amenities in Bishopdale and Papanui Club, just a hop, skip and a jump away. You can stumble home and be more than comfortable at this address here at number 8B Witchwood Crescent. It is a freehold title, 257 square metres. I don't think you could buy property off a better person, and I certainly know you've enjoyed working with Alex, so let's identify the new owner. Alex, what is that price?
$715,000.
715 on the market and selling if there's no further bidding. Ladies and gentlemen, another 5 or 10 puts you in pole position. But at 715,000, we sell away. I will give you a moment to digest that figure, and then I count it down. First call at 715,000. Spacious bedrooms, clever configuration, great separation of those bedrooms and spaces at $715,000. Second call, surrounded by good quality property. Folks, at these levels, the good people watching this in Auckland think we're bidding on a garden shed. I would recommend you bid today. Stop the clock and enjoy tomorrow's interest rates. Third and final call at $715,000. If there's no further bidding, sir, would you bid me $1,000? Robust chat happening here. All done in silent at 715. Ma'am, you're laughing, but are you buying? At 715, I sell away. It's good property. Any better bidder offer? Once, twice, third and final call. It goes. 8B Witchwood Crescent. Great work, Alex. Thanks very much to our owner for the opportunity. It is gone and sold. Alex, as always, wonderful campaign. Thanks to our owner. Keep building property. You do it so well. All right, ladies and gentlemen, lot 2. We go now to Brindwa. A wonderful property, a great opportunity brought to the market by Ruben Bishops from our Ireland office. No stranger to the auction room, Ruben. And this one, for my money, Ruben, is an absolute peach. Standard auction conduct applies in this case, folks. I'll ask you to open the bidding in a short wee while, but first let me tell you more about the property. It is number 6 Walden Place. It is in Brindwa. It is a freehold title. 752 square metres of freehold land, a great family size section. Your settlement date, Friday, the 9th of May, 2025. You might be working to a pre-agreed date. Hey, if it's all signed off by all parties, no problem at all. This house was built in an era synonymous with good quality construction and great configuration, great floor plan, sizable family living and bedroom accommodations and spaces. That kitchen there, I think you can see there is absolutely a hint of original flair throughout this home. Certainly an opportunity to treat it like a blank canvas if you choose to, and enhance and add value and put your own stamp on it. I think the upside to the hard work here will be really excellent in this area. Such a family-focused community. By all accounts, they take care of each other, the people in this neck of the woods. A lovely, quiet cul-de-sac, of course. You can't hear any road noise. And outside, for me, the special moment at this home is when you walk out of those doors to the outside area. Superb privacy, just a wonderful, tranquil feeling. And you're in a convenient location, just a hop, skip and a jump to Kmart and KFC and all the rest of those wonderful amenities. So you can't look past this. I haven't even mentioned school zones, but if you're here bidding, you know how good they are. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to get onto the ladder for the first time, or add to your portfolio, or find your new family home and get to work. Where do we open the bidding? At number 6 Walden Place. 550. Nice to meet you. Back in the room. Ali McDonald on behalf of the client there at $550,000. At 550 the call. Once called at 550. If I keep doing this job, eventually I won't be able to see you from here. at 550,000, but for now, 2020 vision at 550. Second call, where to is there? 600 perhaps? 600, nice to meet you, sir. 620, change of pace there, back of the room, it's 620. Can I say, was that to 650, sir? 640 I have at 660 now. 660 the call? You wouldn't just give me 10, would you, sir? Would you give me, and how much was that? 670, no problem at all, sir. I'll take your 5 now if you like. At 80 now, 80 the call. At 680, bids against you, Ali. 685, okay, work with you, offer you the same courtesy if you like, and 690 and 95 I assume, Ali. At 695 now and 700, can I say, sir? At 695 and 700, and 05 again, and 10 shall I say, sir? At 705, and 710, and 15, and 20 with a smile, because he knows it's great property at 720. Conversation there, Ruben, at $720,000. Sir, are we taking a quick pit stop? Would you bid again at 720 I have? First call at 720. Second call, this side of the room, you're entitled to buy property today if you like. We are on the market and selling at $720,000 if there's no better bid. I sell away today. 725, great work. And 730. 730 the bid. At 730 the call, take comfort in the competition. It'll be popular when you go to sell it. I don't know why you would. It's such a great spot. At 730 I'm selling. First call. At 730 I'll take 2.5, Ali. Second call. At 730,000. 31. I'll offer you the same courtesy, sir, but might pay to put some distance. What about 35? 735? Great work at 735. 735 the call. I'm worried about you folks. It's all over here, the action at 735,000. I am selling. We enter the valley of no return. On the first call at $735,000. Once again, I think you look back on this purchase at this price in 5 years' time, you'll be laughing merrily. Second call at $735,000. Third and final call at $735,000. My gentleman on the window there, sir, one bid wonder today. Change your mind, sir. What do you say? At $735,000, or have I found my winner? If there's no better bid or offer, I sell away. Last chance. Property's going. It is going at $735,000. It is. Shall I drop it? Gone and sold, sir. Congratulations to you, sir. Thanks very much to our owners for the opportunity. Commiserations to the underbidders. Back with you soon.
Kia ora, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Daniel Pengelly. I happily take you to our next property in the catalogue. But before I do, I'd just like to point out Lynn Cawthorne in the front row. She is in charge of our property management division. They look after around 2,000 properties and they are here to help. So if you've got any questions about your rental, what it might be worth, or whether you should be buying a rental, come and talk to Lynn. I believe she's good for a coffee and muffin. So at the very least, pretend that you're interested in renting and talk to Lynn and get taken out for the morning. But let's get on to our next property. That is 309 Eastern Terrace in Sydenham, brought to the market by Ash and Spencer Sutherland Todd. A wonderful campaign. Good luck to you, gentlemen. Good luck to our owner here this morning. Now, the property itself, formally described as an estate in freehold, comprised of 757 square metres, more or less, all contained and described on that record of title that Ash and Spencer have provided to you over the last 3 weeks. Now, the settlement that's proposed for Friday the 30th of May 2025 or any other date mutually agreed in writing with our owner already. Now, I do take it that you have read and understood further terms 23 through to 25 of the contract. You bid, you buy on that basis, and that list of chattels that remains unchanged. Now, the property itself, gosh, I always love a character villa, and it did not disappoint walking in there to the living room, that high stud ceiling with those big windows filling it with light. The dining room also just with 2 walls of windows. For me, that would be a fantastic place to be dining all year round. The master suite as well, having that high stud and of course that updated ensuite in there. And you're going to be very warm. I believe it's insulated throughout. You've got that log burner, that HRV system, and of course this is all on the cusp of the Beckenham Loop, so you're in Beckenham School, Cashmere High Zone. But for me, it's the backyard and the front yard. The backyard fully fenced. You've got that gate access for all your gardening needs, but out the front, you've got that wonderful pool. This would have been the highlight of my life as a child, having a pool to call my own, and certainly I think your summers are going to be taken care of out the front with you and all your friends that will be visiting you here. So I'll get things underway for you. I'm just going to start on a vendor bid at $620,000. 620 with me. My suggestion from here is another 20,000. So is there 640? 630. Hello, good morning. A little bit optimistic there. Would you go the 640 for me? 35. All right, you're working with me. Absolutely. I'll go 635. Absolutely 635. Good luck to you today. I could see you there getting into Sydenham at 635. 650 is my next suggestion. At 635. Looking for another 15,000. First call. Second. Third time. Look, I'm going to move on behalf of my owners then on that 15,000. I'll go to 650, but would you take me to 665? 650 with me, give you time to talk. It's good buying, needs good consideration. It's 650,000 on a vendor bid. 52. Oh, you've played this game before. I see how it works. Look, I'll absolutely take it. I won't be selling it to you at that, but at 652, if I see no further bidding, we'll pause and we'll have a conversation. We'll see if you get your home today. At 652,000, final opportunity for the rest of the room. Once, twice, third call, in which case I'm going to pause the auction. The auction's open and live, but let's find a room. Let's have a conversation and see if we can get you into Sydenham today. We'll be back with you shortly in St Andrew's Square.
Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's an absolute pleasure to be up here for our next auction, 15 St Andrews Square, in that very desirable suburb of Strohan. Cindy Lee St Clair from our Mayorova office has been in charge of bringing this property to the market and has done an absolutely fantastic job. Always lovely working with you, Cindy. Very warm welcome to our owners. I must commend you on how beautifully presented you had your home to take to the market. To the contract I take you, the property is more formally described as a freehold parcel, 683 square metres more or less, on a certificate of title 346232. Now, settlement date is set down for the 22nd of May 2025, unless you're working to a pre-arranged date, and the chattels remain the same as per the contract. And I must say it's a very impressive list of chattels there. Well, this is such an impressive, beautifully designed home. I thought it was brand new, not 9 years old. It's immaculate inside. It's got those electric gates at the front, so private and secure. As you step inside, you immediately notice that elegant oak flooring and those white shutters. I love all the angles on the ceilings. I love all those windows at the top. The heart of the home is that impressive kitchen. It's so sleek and modern and highly spec'd. I loved that scullery, ideal for entertaining, somewhere to do all the food prep and the dishes out of the way. You've got an open plan living area and that second cosy second living area, perfect for the kids. You've got doors opening out. You've got a choice of 2 outdoor areas, one for the morning sun, one for the afternoon sun, and it's so private and sheltered. Low maintenance outdoor area as well. That master bedroom, it's a true retreat with that 5-star ensuite and walk-in wardrobe with those doors opening out to that deck as well. I think this would be such an easy home to live in. It's low maintenance, clever floor plan, single level, so no need to worry about the stairs. It'll just suit you for all stages of life. And we all know what Strohan is such a desirable area. You've got those Normans Road shops just there. There's such a great selection of shops there. The cheese scones are absolutely amazing at that cafe down the road. You've got St Andrews College just across the fence, so if you've got children going to St Andrews College, how easy would that be? No school drop-offs. It's zoned for Christchurch girls and boys. Walk through to Holmwood Park, just a few minutes away. Mayorova Mall, you just can't beat this location. Well, this is a wonderful opportunity, ladies and gentlemen. They don't come up that often in Strohan, so I look for your opening bid, 15 St Andrews Square. Does someone want to start me away? It's not a silent auction. Is there 1.6, somewhere nice and easy to start? 1,600,000. If you don't, I will, ladies and gentlemen. All right, I'll get us underway. Take the bat in at 1.6. Who goes next? Shall we go 1,650 from here? Let's travel in 50s. At 1.6 is the bid to beat to get into St Andrews Square. Beautiful location, leafy suburb. First call at 1.6. Second time. Third time at 1.6. Look, I'm going to lift that bid to 1,650 on a vendor bid. Stays with my vendor at that. 9 years old, immaculate inside, wonderful heating, underfloor heating, gets so much sun. It's been built so cleverly to catch that all-day sun. 1,650 first, second, third call. Well, Cindy, I know you've got some conditional people to interest, so people interested. We're going to just look to pass that property in at 1,850,000. Now, anybody north of that level, give Cindy Lee St Clair a call, and she has a deadline on this at Thursday, 4 o'clock. Not this Thursday, 1 week away, Thursday, 4 o'clock. She's got open homes this weekend. Get along and have a look at this property. You will be really impressed with it. It's absolutely stunning inside. So passed in at 1,850,000. Thank you. We'll be back to you shortly. Good luck to our owner. I'm sure we'll see a sold sticker on that sign soon. Thank you.
All right, bidders and buyers, thanks for your patience and waiting. Welcome to those at holmwood.co.nz. It's great to have you with us. We go now to 165 Blythe Road in Strohan, brought to the market and ably marketed by Peter Fitzharding from our Island 2 office. You do list some good property, Peter. This for me is such a wonderful example. Hey, offered to you by some really wonderful people. A lot of work has been put into presentation. If you've been to the property, you will know that. The fundamentals, though, the underlying canvas, if you will, is just so fantastic. Built around 2006. You've got all of that modernity. Love the brick construction for your peace of mind with some elements of linear, just for a bit of added style. But I'll get to more about the home in just a moment. The contract is a freehold title, 330 square metres more or less, lot 1. Deposit plan 341788 and your settlement date Friday the 16th of May 2025. You might be working to a pre-agreed variation. Now, let's have a look at these photos. I tell you what, this home is deceivingly spacious. I was so impressed. It is quite substantial. Wonderful options in terms of indoor-outdoor flow, several living spaces, both indoor and outdoor, bedroom accommodation, absolutely ample. There are no pokey single bedrooms here, 2 great bathrooms, such a sunny spot, great school zoning as well. I think, what are the, tell me the top 2.
Boys and girls.
Boys and girls, that's right. I just wanted to double check. That has to underpin your value, certainly will serve you well when you go to sell it, but I think this one is a long-term one. You'll love living here. Great access to some popular amenities. So all in all, hey, let's just add street appeal to the equation as well. Bidders and buyers, I commend you for being here. If you're looking to buy this home, we'll get underway and identify the new owner at 165 Blythe Road. Bidders and buyers, who starts us away with an opening bid or offer? Careful there, sir. You almost bought a great house. What do you say? Where was that? Oh, Harrison Joseph, nice to see you. No stranger to our auction room at $850,000. The only thing he doesn't have here is a desk, but hopefully he's got a sale for his buyer at $850,000. Where to from here, buyers? Is it straight to 900? Don't let me limit you. First call at $850,000. Second call now at $850,000. Third and final call. I look for 900 at 850 on the left-hand side. Any better bid? Harrison, I'm going to place an indoor bid at $900,000. Encourage you to return to the fray on behalf of your owner. New interest is welcome at 925. No problem at all at $925,000. Going once at 925. Second call. Third and final call at $925,000. Any better bid? It's a lot of home at this level. Any better offer? All right, Harrison, I probably could and should vendor bid again, but let's just pause and have a conversation with your purchaser. You appear to be my only bidder at this early stage. Auction is open at $925,000. Any new interest, please have a chat to Peter. We can convey to our owner. Back with you soon.
Shiny lights and purple sky, everything's so bright. 기다려왔어 지금이야. Turn off your phone and off your mind. Look at you so bright. 멈출 수 없어 지금이야. Oh, I'll take you to the moon. Come on up, enjoy your ride. Oh, I'll take you to the moon. Just be ready to enjoy your night. Oh, baby, it's right now. You don't wanna waste this time. 어디든지 가줄게. Yeah, I'm on a road, can't stop. 이루어질 거야. I'll take you to the moon. Left and right, you know you feel so right. 다른 시선 따윈 don't care. 무기타져라 소리쳐, you know you feel so right. 이제부터가 시작이야. Oh, I'll take you to the moon. Come on up, enjoy your ride. Oh, I'll take you to the moon. Just be ready to enjoy your night. Oh, baby, it's right now. You don't wanna waste this time. 어디든지 가줄게. Yeah, I'm on a road, can't stop.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we will continue with our catalogue of real estate. If you are just joining us, welcome to the Holmwood Auction Room. We go now to St Albans. It is more specifically 181 Innes Road in that really popular suburb. The contract describes a freehold title, 445 square metres of very manageable but valuable land, and your settlement date, the 9th of May 2025, that being a Friday. And that being your lucky day. And I say that because listing agent, marketing extraordinaire Ruben Bishops, she handed me a handful of wonderful chilies at the weekend when I went to visit the property. It's got a wonderful chili bush replete with chilies, and I can tell you they're very, very high quality. I was enjoying them yesterday evening. It's just one of the many benefits of living at this lovely home. You're well ensconced away from the main road on a rear parcel. Very, very quiet in the spot and super sunny. The house, though built in an era synonymous with character charm, has been positioned perfectly for all-day sunshine. You can see that sun-drenched living dining space there. Kitchen, absolutely fabulous as well. Great indoor-outdoor flow. The backyard is manageable, but certainly enough room for the puppies and the little ones. Excellent parking down at the rear on this rear parcel too. By all accounts, lovely neighbours. You are just a hop, skip and a jump from Melbourne Park. You might bump into a Crusader or an All Black. Don't know what those are, but apparently that's quite popular. And some wonderful cafes. Schooling options are superb. Bidders and buyers, this is a great way to get onto the ladder. Certainly a good place to invest your money. Certainly a great neighbourhood to raise your young people. So let's get underway here at 181 Innes Road. Who starts us away with an opening bid or offer? Where do we say go? 650. Nice to meet you, sir. At $650,000, and welcome to the bidding at $650,000. My Dan Carter, he kicks things off. I think that's a rugby reference at $650,000. Best of luck today. First call at $650. I look for $675. Second call at $650,000. Third and final call at $650. I seek $25 on the rise. Any better bid? Any better offer? Sir, I'm going to place a vendor bid at $675. That'll be my last. Encourage you to place a bid at $700 for a chance to have a conversation with our owners. First call on an owner's bid at $675,000. I look for $700. Second call at $675. May I say $700 for you? I thought you said $780. Are you sure, sir? You wouldn't take me straight to $700? It's not for sale at that level. At $680,000, just the 5. At $680, I'll work with you, sir, at $680,000. My only bidder at this early stage. Folks, you look to bid and buy today to avoid that conditional market, those folks with pesky conditions but often higher prices. First call, second, $680,000, third and final call. Any better bid? Any better offer? All right, sir. Oh, $685. I do appreciate that. An increase there at $685. He improves his own position at $685, sir. If I can't find some competing bidding with you, you are welcome to increase your bid. We're not for sale at these levels. Would you take me to $700,000 and we'll pause? What about $690? Look, I'm a good man, sir. I'm asking nicely. What do you say? It's certainly not, sir. I think we better pause and have a conversation, actually. At $685,000, the auction is open, so any new interest is welcome, but you have the first right of opportunity to converse about buying the property, sir. Back with you very soon.
Atamarie, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. If I could have your attention, I take you to our next property in the catalogue. That is 97A Mandeville Street in Riccarton, brought to the market by Lucy Zhao out there amongst you, working till the very end. Now, the property itself is... Oh, one moment. I'm just missing a crucial bit of paperwork, actually. Oh, no, there it is. There we go. Right, the property itself, formerly described as an estate in cross-lease. That is all contained and described on that record of title that Lucy has provided to you throughout the campaign. Settlement, that is set down for Friday the 16th of May 2025 or any other date, mutually agreed in writing already with our owner. Now, I do take it that you have read and understood further terms 23 through to 26 of the contract. You bid, you buy on that basis here today. And that list of chattels, that remains unchanged. Now, this property has undergone a slick and stylish renovation with new bathrooms and kitchens done for you. Now, I love the list of this 4-bedroom, 2-bath and 3 toilets, Lucy. Those are wonderful extras. I love that it's been double glazed, so between that and the heat pump, you're just going to be taken care of all autumn and winter long. It's a private rear section, of course, so not only do you have the privacy, but also you've got that huge driveway to just fill up with private parking off street for all of your guests and friends when they visit you. And of course, the location superb. One way you've got Westfield Mall, you've got restaurants, shops galore, more than you could use in a year, I reckon. And on the other way, you've got Hagley Park. That'll be your Saturday morning constitutional as you go and take a walk around the park. All of this, of course, is located in Christchurch Boys and Christchurch Girls High Zone. So if you've got young ones, their education is assured. But you know all this, so who wants to start me away? Who wants to get things underway? Make Mandeville Street theirs and call it home. 600, Shah Davis working with a client on the phone there. Shah, wish them luck for me at $600,000. And I look for 625 from here. At 625 or 600 with Shah. Who's got 625? A lot of home here at this level. First call at 600, second, third time. Shah, it may just be the two of us, but I'm going to move on a vendor bid at 625. I'm looking for 650. At 650 without hesitation. You and your client know the quality here at 650. My next suggestion, 675. Is there 675? Once, twice. Third opportunity. Shah, once again, I'll go at 675. Would you take me to 700? 675 with me on a vendor bid. To get yourself into Mandeville Street. The work's been done for you. First call at 675,000. Second call. 680. I'll work with you at 680, Shah. I won't sell it to you, but let's pause and have a conversation at 680. Final warning to the room. At 680, we may have a conversation and it may not come back out here. Once, twice, thrice called then. Right, the auction is open and live, but it is paused, Shah. Let's find a room. Let's see if we can get a new owner on the title today here at Mandeville Street. And we will be back shortly taking you to Rutland Street in St Albans. Thank you so much.
good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to stay in St Albans and move on to 140 Rutland Street in St Albans, brought to the market by Jamin Marshall from our Maryvale office, who has done a superb job at bringing this to the market. Very warm welcome to our owners who are watching online in sunny Australia. I'm sure you've got a much nicer day than we do here. To the contract I take you, the property is more formally described as a freehold parcel, 615 square metres more or less on certificate of title CB 46119. Now, settlement date is set down for the 23rd of May 2025, unless you're working to a pre-arranged date, and the chattels remain the same as per the contract. Ladies and gentlemen, by bidding here today, I deem that you have read, understood and accepted the further terms and conditions of the contract, making note that conservatory has been enclosed without consent and the bathrooms are consented. However, the tiles have not been signed off by the council. Oh, well, this home is such an impressive home, ladies and gentlemen. It's just so nice from the get-go. It's nice and private behind those security gates. Really impressive garden at the front. There were so many citrus trees there, the feijoas, the limes. It all leads you through to that covered, charming entranceway. Inside, it's fresh and modern. It just oozes character and charm with those sleek, modern finishes. It's got 4 double bedrooms. The master's got that shower and that basin as well, which is handy. Handy also having their other 4th bedroom there, which you could work from home perhaps like the last owner did. Fantastic kitchen. It really is the hub of the home. It overlooks out to the living areas and that conservatory that just basks in that all-day sun. What a lovely place to relax and unwind. It was really warm inside when I was there. It's got 2 heat pumps and under tile heating. Huge double garage, and it's got that outside lawn area, which is perfect for the pets and the kids. Now, schooling really underpins your value here. You're zoned for Christchurch girls and boys. The kids can scoot to the local primary schools. You've got Machino Cafe, which is just down the road, Melbourne Park to walk the fur babies, Maryvale Mall just down the road. You just can't beat this location. Well, with all that said, Jamin, I know you've enjoyed your campaign here, so let's get on and find our new buyer for 140 Rutland Street. Does someone want to get us underway? Opening bid. No one ever likes to start, do they? No? 900? All right, welcome in, sir. Good luck today. At 900,000, we're away. Who goes next? At 900. Is there 950 perhaps? At 900,000 down the middle here. I'll call it away 3 times. First call. Second time at 900. Looking for 950. Third and final time at 900. Also, look, I'm going to place a vendor bid at 950. I can invite back at $1 million perhaps. If no one else bids, we'll have a private conversation. Invite you back at 1 million. The bid to beat is 950. Great location here. All that hard work has been done. At 950, the bids with 975 cuts me short. Okay, gives me a wink. That'll get you there. 975. At 975,000 for 140 Rutland Street. Anyone else in the mix here? Otherwise, I will pause and have a chat to this gentleman here and lady at 975. First call. Second time. Third and final time at 975. Well, look, I'm not going to keep vendor bidding against you. Let's pause the auction. Let's have a conversation and try and get you there. The auction is still open and live, ladies and gentlemen. Paused at 975. We'll be back with you shortly.
Just waiting for the amplifier. There we go. Okay, we turn your attention back to 165 Blythe Road in Strowan. We left the room on a live bid at $925,000. Some good discussion with some lovely purchasers outside of the room. They've increased their offer to $1 million exactly with the view to owning the property. Our owners have said, yep, we'll make that concession and we sell away. At $1 million, I sell away if there's no better buyer. First call at $1 million. For something surprisingly spacious and ever so comfortable. Second call at $1 million, fabulous school zones, great amenities. Third and final call, brick and linear for your peace of mind. Any better buyer at $1 million. Property goes, it's going, it is gone and sold. Hey, congratulations to those purchasers. Welcome to the neighbourhood, I suppose. And to our listing agent, Peter, as always, fabulous campaign. Thanks very much to our owners for their contribution and their hard work. Please keep updating and selling homes. You do such a wonderful job. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is now past 11 o'clock. It's time for our 11 o'clock catalogue of real estate, a wonderful section of property available to you in the next hour or so. We're going to remind you of the rules of auction first. They are on the front page of the contract. We call them the conduct of auction. We explain these to you just briefly to make sure you're absolutely comfortable with how the auction process works. I can see a few nervous faces in the room today. That's understandable, but we're going to make the rules abundantly clear. In the case of each property, the vendor has provided us with a confidential reserve price. Now, subject to that reserve price being reached or breached, the highest bidder, whose bid we accept, will be the lucky new owner. If the bidding doesn't quite reach that reserve price, that's not the end of the auction. Our process here at Holmwood is to pause the auction. We move into one of our meeting rooms with the highest bidder and we offer that person the opportunity to purchase the property. Now, on the odd occasion, during that discussion outside of the room, the seller may say to the auctioneer, look, we're happy with this negotiated price. We'd like to sell the property outside of the auction room without disclosing our reserve price. That is their prerogative under clause 2.6, but it can be quite disappointing for the buyers who remain here in the room with continued interest in the property. So to avoid that disappointment, simply ensure you hold the highest bid at all times. Now, as auctioneers, we can nominate the increments by which the bidding is raised. We can refuse bids if we feel they're not in the best interest of our owners. And if there is a disputed bid, look, we'll simply go back to the last undisputed bid. If any of my licensed colleagues are bidding on behalf of clients, you can spot them because they're dressed far too well for a Wednesday morning. We'll point them out to you, make sure you know who they are. And finally, penultimately, you might hear the phrase vendor bid today. This is a bid placed by the owner on behalf of by the vendor on behalf of the owner. It's always well below the reserve price and it's always clearly identified to you as a vendor bid. We just use those to keep things ticking along. Finally, if you are that lucky last purchaser, you have a couple of obligations. Of course, you pay your deposit, 10% of the purchase price, and you sign the contract. When you sign that contract, bidders and buyers, you're acknowledging that you've received a copy of the approved REA guide. Gosh, that's a lot of admin, but it's out of the way. We can now move on to our 11 o'clock catalogue of real estate, and it starts with an absolute peach and rustly. It is one at number 12 Bentley Street, brought to the market by Sam Bowen from our St Albans office. I know he's enjoyed working with our vendors. These are lovely people. It's been fabulous to work with them. Great job in terms of presentation and in terms of access to the property over the course of the campaign. They've absolutely loved living here, but it's time for a new chapter for them. I can tell you they're very excited to hand over the keys to some lucky new owners. I just think this is a wonderful place to invest your money here at number 1 at 12 Bentley Street, a cross lease in fee simple title. It is flat 1 deposit plan 61841 on lot 9 deposit plan 15174. You've got that share in 1,014 square metres, so effectively a very generous portion is your exclusive use. It's just a wonderfully manageable section which is ideal in this modern hustle bustle era. You've got great access to the city centre through the arterial routes, but also just a short hop, skip and a jump away, Hub Hornby, the airport, all sorts of wonderful amenities. And then you're out of town if you're going country, really quick, smart. I just think this is a clever location as our city continues to develop and grow. It's areas like this our grandparents and parents tell us to buy in. Quickly, about the inside of the home, beautifully presented, great carpet, great colours, and certainly exactly perfectly positioned for sunshine throughout the day. Righto, I'm at risk of going on forever, Sam, so let's get underway here and identify the new owner at number 1 at number 12 Bentley Street in Russley. Bidders and buyers, I look for an opening salvo, an opening bid or offer. Who starts me away? Is there 500,000 perhaps? Don't let me limit you. Where do we say go? 500,000. Nice to meet you at 5 and 00. At 500,000, who takes me straight to 550 or maybe straight to 6? At 500,000, I have once 550. Nice to meet you, sir. At 550,000, ma'am, would you say 6 for me? 6 on the nod. At 600,000, what's the response there, sir? 620, no problem at all. Change your pace at 620. Offer you the same courtesy if you'd like. Can I say 640? 640. 640 now in the front. Both the bidding and the room at $640,000, folks. 650, no problem at all. It's $650,000. What say you, ma'am? Is it another 10 or? 655. It's 6 and 55, sir. Who's your favourite band, sir? 660. There you go. It's 660. At 660, the call. Going once. At 663 and 3, no problem at all. If you bid me another 3, you have to promise to bid again, sir. 665. Okay, no problem at all. It's 665. I'll take 1,000, but do you want to really buy a property at 666? It's up to you, folks. At 665. Once called at $665,000. One at 666, daring, I like it. At 666, he saves us. And 667. Okay, at 667 now. Are we sure? At 667, we want to, but we can't. At 667, first call at 667, second call and third and final call. Folks, Sam, I think we're pausing, gentlemen at the back. We'll just have a quick pause, so we need to have a quick conversation with you, all right? Iron out a couple of things. Folks, do stick around. Anything can happen in this arena. Auction is open. Importantly, back with you very soon. Atamarie, ladies and gentlemen, if I could have your attention, I take you back now to 309 Eastern Terrace in Sydenham. We paused some time ago on a live bid of 652,000. I looked to our bidder that there has been robust conversations and that there's been an increase in the bid to 705. Can I confirm on the nod? Wonderful. And I look to our owner. Where is our? Oh, there we go. And I look to our owner that at 705 we're on the market and we're releasing the keys. On the nod, very good. So at 705, 309 Eastern Terrace is on the market, and I sell away unless I see further bidding. Once called, second, third, and final time, I'm happy to say 309 Eastern Terrace is going, sold. Congratulations. Would you like a photo up with the sold sign? No, it's no problem at all. We've got a few properties out in negotiation, so we'll be back with you with updates shortly. Congratulations. Another wonderful campaign by Ash and Spencer Sutherland Todd. All right, bidders and buyers, thanks very much for your patience. So I turn your attention back to number 1 at number 12, Bentley Street in Russley. We left the room on a live bid at $667,000. There's some good discussion around this fantastic home and an increase there to $695 with the view to owning the property. And our owners have said at that level, we're having to make an adjustment, but we are going to sell at $695. We sell away at $695,000 at number 1 at 12 Bentley Street. First call, second call. Now's your time to shock me. What do you reckon? Third and final call. Stick with Sam. He will find you something at $695. The property goes. It goes to a very nice young man. Joel, it is going. Oh, gone and sold. Congratulations. Hey, your accountants are fantastic. I recommend their firm. And as always, Sam, great campaign. Okay, we'll turn your attention now to St Albans, please, at Innes Road. Just wait for that to pop up on the screen. 181 Innes Road. There was some good discussion outside of the room and an increase for this charming property, but not to a level my owners deem satisfactory and sufficient to sell it today. Now, that gives the wider market, those in conditional situations, an opportunity to purchase the property. My owners really mean business, folks. Now, we are going to price the property at a very sharp level at $759,000. I'm going to remind you of what's on offer here. All of the character, charm and flair of yesteryear, beautifully modernised, great orientation for sunshine, excellent living spaces spilling out to that manageable but really peaceful outside area. It comes with chilli bushes and spa pools and all sorts of benefits. You need to call Ruben today to talk to her about those, but I can tell you, in this neck of the woods with these school zones, proximity to Melbourne Park and other cafes, I do think at that price point it requires putting it on the list. So make the call and go and take a look. You'll be most impressed indeed. Back with you with one more offering in just a moment. Please, it is our last offering of the day, best and final. It is number 2 at 145 Milton Street in Summerfield, brought to the market by the dynamic duo from the Ilam office, Alan Scahill, Ruben Bishops. They've had the pleasure of working with a good owner. This is a very proficient property person, really puts a lot of attention to detail, quality in terms of fixtures, fittings, decor throughout the home. This beautiful unit or apartment, I suppose you could call it, has been really lovingly modernised throughout. I just think it's had such a wonderful facelift, built, of course, in an era that is well known for robust construction. And with permanent material construction, you should have peace of mind, but really lovingly updated, as I said, neutral decor choices, great carpet underfoot, excellent kitchen, super sunny is that space you can see there. You've got a lovely outdoor area at the rear, and on this parcel you share it just with one other property, by all accounts lovely neighbours, and the contract describes a cross lease and fee simple title. It is flat 2, deposit plan 30077 you bid for today, and a share in 476 square metres, more or less. Settlement date the 7th of May 2025, that being your lucky day, because you've got some superb school zones here. That has to underpin your value. Cashmere, Christchurch South and Summerfield Primary. Bidders and buyers, even if you're not moving in, I'm sure if you get some lovely tenants, they'll tell the principal you've popped down to the dairy. If you happen to get a knock on the door to verify zoning, I just think it's great to have a foothold in those excellent school zones, a trifecta of good ones. And the location, of course, you're just a hop, skip and a jump from all of the adventure of the Port Hills, a wonderful a selection of restaurants one way, head the other way, and you're out into Horswell, beyond Westmoreland, and then out of our city limits. It's a great place to call home on a rear parcel. You've got really a quiet spot here, and as I said, super modern and sunny throughout. So let's get underway as we look for a new owner at number 2 at 145 Milton Street. The buyers gather on the right-hand side. Where do we start the bidding? Who says go? Not for sale at 400,000. Maybe that's a sensible place to start. Yes, 400,000. It is not a one-bedroom at 400,000. Surely there's a bid. All right, then, a vendor bid at 400,000. Are we bidding? Good property lady here at 400,000. Owners bid first call, second call, third and final call at 400,000. Any better bid or offer? All right, Alan, I know you've got people you're talking to in the wider conditional market. I'm going to have to increase the bid somewhat, at least to 450. Let's just do that at 450,000. I mean, it's clearly got to be better than that. The quality of the renovation and the permanence of the material of the construction. Ladies and gentlemen, let me just advise you of what's on offer here. It really has been nicely modernised, renovated throughout, good quality at every turn, rear parcel for privacy, excellent school zones. This is a great addition to a portfolio, certainly an excellent first or second step on the ladder, or a terrific downsize, clearly better than 450, so make the call, go and take a look. I think you'll be very happy once you've seen it. That concludes our day today, does it? I do beg your pardon. We've got 2 updates on the way. Back with you soon.
Thank you for your patience, ladies and gentlemen. I take you back to 140 Rutland Street in St Albans. We left the letdown on a live bid of 975,000. We've had some discussions, some negotiations, but we're not quite at a level that we can sell. So it's brought back out into the room, and we're going to be passing 140 Rutland Street and at 1,150,000. That's the passing figure. Anybody north of that level, give Jamin Marshall a call. He's wonderful to deal with, easy to get hold of. This is a very impressive home, 4 bedrooms. It's got 2 bathrooms, a lovely outdoor area, landscaping, lots of feijoa trees, and fantastic area near some good schools. So passed in at 1,150,000. If we can change that on the screen, 1,150,000. All right, we'll be back with you shortly with another update.
If I could have your attention, please, I'll take you back now to 97A Mandeville Street in Riccarton. We paused some time ago on a live bid of $680,000. Shah, we talked to your buyer, robust discussions. There's been an increase in the bid to $772,500. Can you confirm? $772,500. Wonderful. And I look to our owners that at that level, we're on the market and we sell away. On the nod there, wonderful, a wonderful campaign by Lucy Zhao. If I see no further bidding, I sell away once, twice, third, final time. I'm happy to say 97A Mandeville Street is going, sold. Congratulations to our new owners. I believe them and their family will be very happy here. Well, Lucy, wonderful campaign. That concludes our auction day for today. We have several properties coming next week, so please get online, get through some open homes, and we hope to see you next week.